bunch of people already joining us live. I am Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and happy Thursday. It looks like we've got a full house, a full crowd. Hi. I am Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and I try to go live here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time. We have lots to share with you today. I've got Pepper Kitty hanging out with me. He was kind of sitting down, and then Danny just went crazy, so we'll see how that works out. Today my topic is, what can I plant for my butterfly garden? Now, I didn't want to use I didn't want to title it planting a butterfly garden because it's February, it's cold, I'm inside. The reason I'm inside right now is because it's almost freezing outside, and I definitely didn't want to have to go seed shop, car, house, whatever, and have to come back and try and warm up. So you get to see me in the house again. I was live last night on Facebook. So if you don't follow me on Facebook and you're on Facebook, definitely check it out. I will be going live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time on Facebook to share about different unique varieties. And then my YouTube video on Thursday is going to be about a little more garden specific, not like highlighting certain things. So, hey, Patriots Rabbitry, I'm missing all these comments. I'm not really sure why I'm not seeing your comments, so I apologize for that. Caitlin and Krista and Deborah and Shirley, Laughing Gardens, thank you for joining me. Oh my goodness, so many people. Esther's Daughter's Garden, thank you. And Kelly, awesome. It's great to see you guys. Now, I understand that not everybody's on Facebook, not everybody's on YouTube, so I'm trying to kind of share my time with everybody. And honestly, let's see if this will fix it. Live chat, messages. There we go. Now I can see your comments. So today's topic is, what can I plant in my garden for butterflies? Now, you can do a designated butterfly garden, or you can do different varieties scattered throughout your different gardens for butterflies. I'm going to do a designated butterfly garden this year. Last year, okay, here's how easy it is. Now listen to the video for sure, but it can be, you'll see all over the internet, like these intricate ways that you can create a butterfly garden. I literally took compost that was on the side of the garden that was delivered on the gravel, and it had some gravel still there, and I scooped it up and put it on the side of the house, and then dumped some, not dumped, sorry, a little more specific. I sprinkled zinnia seeds on it, and then I topped it off with the other gravel. Because the reason I didn't want to use that compost with the gravel is because I don't want to add gravel to my garden. Not really what you want. So I was like, well, I'm not going to throw it away, and I need it off my driveway because I got a gravel driveway. So I just scooped it up and put it on the side of the driveway, and I had an amazing butterfly garden. The picture you see for the thumbnail for this video and what I posted on my Facebook page was that butterfly in my zinnia garden. So you don't have to get intricate. You don't have to get super all about like this massive space for your butterflies. You can create a small space, you can create a big space, you can interplant in your garden to attract butterflies, whatever works for you. I'm just going to share with you a couple of things that you can plant in your garden for butterflies. And also in the future, I will share with you when I create my butterfly garden for 2025. If you're just watching this video, welcome. For those of you that are regulars, welcome back. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Great, because I have a small space that is designated chicken free. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you have a chicken free spot, because I got the neighbor's chickens and I got my chickens, and they are all over the place on my property. Apparently my place is the place to be when it comes to chickens and cats. I'm going to show you this really quick. The cat distribution system has found us several times. Hey, Michelle, thanks for joining us. So yeah, apparently we collect chickens and cats on this property here at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. This guy showed up starving and bloody and had sores all over him, and we brought him back to life, and he's super happy now. You can see he's super chill. He just needed a little bit of love. So top on my list for butterflies is going to be milkweed. Super fun. It does require a little bit of cold stratification before you plant. Krista says, before we moved, I scattered seeds all over our property, but wasn't able to see the results, but hopefully the homeowners, that's very cool. Yep, the kitties show up sometimes and we just work with it. In October of 2024, if you placed an order, I included a free seed pack of milkweed. And I included this awesome milkweed insert. It was a detailed planting sheet for growing milkweed. It says how to grow milkweed from seeds, and it gives you cold stratification info. You can do it winter sow outside. Yeah, Krista, he is very healthy now. He was looking sickly. So if you ordered from us and you received this is great information. If you ordered from us and you didn't receive this information but you want it, you can always send an email. My email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com, and I will answer your email. If you want the milkweed info, I will send it to you in an attachment, and you can print it out yourself, or you can just read it from there. Milkweed is very important. However, let me add a little asterisk to that, a little disclaimer, if I may. Please do not plant tropical milkweed. Tropical milkweed does not die back like most native milkweed does. And if you plant tropical milkweed, which is the most common milkweed in the large big box stores, hey Jenny, thanks for joining us. Hey MT Callie, thanks for joining us. If you plant tropical milkweed, it doesn't die back like the rest, and it will keep the monarch butterflies that are migrating south. It will keep them in your area, and it will harm their migration. So super important to find a native milkweed for your region. We carry about 5 or 6 varieties of milkweed. We've got common milkweed, green milkweed, whorled milkweed. Don't plant whorled milkweed if you have livestock, and that's on my website as well. We've got white milkweed, and we have the regular orange milkweed. I'm just going to throw that out there because there's so many different names for it, and I'm just going to throw that out there right now. So definitely check out the milkweed varieties we have at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. You don't want to plant tropical milkweed, and I will admit that in the beginning of my gardening journey, I planted that because that was what would work really well, and I learned my lesson, and I don't plant it anymore. Krista says it's cold here in SoCal also. So yeah, my dad's in Southern California. Most of my family's in Southern California, and it's cold and rainy. It's cold and rainy here. At least it's not raining today, but it was down to 27 degrees, I think, today. So I'm inside right now. I'm definitely not outside talking about planting my butterfly garden. I am inside staying warm, or at least trying to stay warm here in East Texas. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, one of my all-time favorite butterfly attracting plants and flowers is zinnia. Zinnia is gorgeous. It is hands down my favorite. Last year, it was my pollinator garden free seed. So I definitely want to share with you, if you haven't already planted zinnia, it is probably one of the easiest varieties of flowers to grow. Now, all of these varieties that I'm talking about, you can grow for general pollinators as well. But if you're looking to start a butterfly garden or attract more butterflies to your garden, these are all great varieties to use. Like I said, the thumbnail tonight for my video is a zinnia that I grew in my garden. Krista says Texas had 70s during the day and dropped to 20s overnight. I went on a trip. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I went on live on Facebook yesterday. So every Wednesday I'm going to go live on Facebook. Thursday I'm live on YouTube. I went on a trip for the weekend. I came home Saturday and it was 81 degrees in our area. Super weird and crazy, right? And now it was 27 degrees today. So yes, the temperature swings are definitely crazy in our area. It's totally messing up my sinuses, which is like not cool. I'm like having a hard time breathing right now, which is unusual for me. So thank you for bearing with me here. It messes up my brain, honestly. Let's see. Going to be freezing temps all next week. Patriots Rabbitry, you're in Florida, and it's going to be freezing. That's insanity. All right, so let's talk about zinnias. Zinnias are multicolored. You've got different varieties. Deborah says you have 8 different varieties of zinnias. We have quite a few varieties of zinnias, and they're beautiful. They can grow in zones from 3 to 10. So sky's the limit. You can grow them from Alaska to South Florida and everywhere in between, and they will thrive. They can grow anywhere from 12 inches to 48 inches. Again, a huge range. It just depends on what you're growing. The California Giants, beautiful. Zinnia Mix, beautiful. Bonbon Mix, holy cow, gorgeous. So there are so many different varieties of zinnias that will thrive in your area, and they are by far one of the easiest flower seeds to grow. They will attract multiple varieties of pollinators, not just butterflies. I found that on my zinnia plants, I didn't just have butterflies, I didn't just have honeybees, I had a massive amount of bumblebees. I love bumblebees. They're big and beautiful and bumbly, like they bump into stuff sometimes, and they're definitely fun to have in your garden. So you definitely want to check them out. They are easy for the nectar for butterflies, but I will say this: steer clear of hybrids. And I'm not saying that because I sell heirlooms. Be aware of what you are purchasing online or in stores. A lot of the hybrid varieties focus on the pretty factor and not the pollen factor. If you are creating a butterfly garden, you want pollen. They need the nectar. So don't buy some of the, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying some of the hybrids, because some of the hybrids, I saw a hybrid sunflower, it was beautiful the other day, but it had literally 0 pollen, 0 nectar. There's 0 point in planting something like that, because if you were looking to plant a pollinator garden, they need pollen, they need nectar. So just be aware of that. Just throwing that out there. I'll step down from my soapbox, but just be aware. You want the pollen, you want the nectar for the pollinators. Jenny says, can I plant some zinnias in a pot outside of my patio? Absolutely. Jenny, most likely in your area, you are Central Texas or Central Florida, if I remember. You are probably past your frost date now, and you can probably plant them outside in a pot. No issues right now. Bonbon Mix, I have seen that one and keep meaning to add it and put it on your list, definitely. Deborah Dixon says, love only grown open pollinated zinnias. Perfect, excellent. Definitely something to consider. If you are planting for pollinators, you want pollen and you want nectar. Now, next on my list is marigolds. We carry 2 different varieties of marigolds. Now, zinnias and marigolds are also available in a bulk pack at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. So that means instead of purchasing a pack of 60 seeds or 100 seeds, you can get an ounce of seeds or a half an ounce of seeds, which is literally hundreds of seeds. And it's a much better value if you want a larger space. French marigolds are a shorter dwarfer variety. They aren't huge. African crackerjack marigolds, on the other hand, can grow 6 feet tall. So if you have lots of space, you can definitely grow the African crackerjack marigold. If you're looking for something on the shorter range, definitely go for the French marigold. And one thing you want to look at when you are planting a pollinator garden or a butterfly garden specifically is different heights of plants. You want to offer them multiple varieties of plants. You want to offer them multiple heights of plants so they can all kind of converge in the same spot. I've had so many different varieties. I've had frogs, I've had spiders, I've had bees, I've had butterflies, all on my zinnia plants, just scattered in an area because they were all over the place. So it's really cool to see how many different creatures come to your garden when you start to A, plant for pollinators, and B, let it grow wild and not use the herbicides and the pesticides that some gardeners do. You will find so many different amazing bugs, amphibians. I'm constantly sending pictures of toads, frogs, lizards to my uncle because he's like the amphibian dude. So for marigolds, you're in zone 2 to 11. Again, sky's the limit. Every zone in the US, you can plant marigolds. No issues. You just want to make sure you plant at the right time. The next one is echinacea. Now, echinacea is also known as purple coneflower. We sell both. It's the same exact seed. It's just that I list them twice on my website so that people who may know it as echinacea or purple coneflower will find what they're looking for. Echinacea, also purple coneflower, requires cold stratification for optimal germination. You know what I did? I just literally chucked some seeds out into my front forest, and we had a freeze, and nature did her thing. So I didn't even have to worry about it. That's attention to detail. Yeah, we try. So honestly, purple coneflower doesn't need a lot of effort. I will take the seeds, I will toss them out into the garden or garden area or just a field. Let nature do her thing. Let it freeze, go through the natural cold stratification process, and then when spring hits, it will germinate, it will thrive and grow, and they are wonderful to grow. I do love echinacea. They are medicinal, so that's part of my medicinal garden that I'm considering as my intentional medicinal garden, even though I just threw the seeds out there. But that's one that if you want to purchase bulk seeds, send me an email. My email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. I do answer and I do respond. If you've got a question or if you've got something that you're like, hey, I can't find the seed. Maybe you have it, maybe you don't. I do have a personal stash of seeds, like the black Crowder pea that we added this year as a new arrival. That has been a work in progress for like 4 years. So definitely check that out. Black-eyed Susan. Black-eyed Susan grows naturally here. It is a wildflower for East Texas. It is, let's see, I meant listing them both names. Yeah, it's true. So in case there's confusion, no, I totally understood what you were getting at when you said when you said that. So there's another one. Cucamelon is also Mexican sour gherkin. Same exact thing. They're both listed under cucumbers, and in the description section, I specify that this is also known as, whatever the other option is, because sometimes regionally they are called something different, but they're the exact same thing. So I want to make sure that everybody's got the right info. Krista says, my grandson has found 2 huge toads and mini frogs in our garden. So it is loud here sometimes. There was a period where it was like just deafening almost. And so I looked it up, and there's a certain type of frog here that grows, and it just is so loud, and they hide in like eaves and stuff like that. So I love it. I really do. And I had my sound turned way up, and I just kind of recorded my front forest. I call it a front forest. The water drains into a certain spot, and we've got big trees, and it was deafening. And my mom goes, oh, that's creepy. And I thought, well, that's really cool. Actually, I love it. So black-eyed Susans are another one that are beneficial for butterflies, and they are pretty. And I've learned recently, not like this year, but recently, that there's a brown-eyed Susan and a black-eyed Susan. I don't really know the difference, but because they look the same, or at least very similar. They have a brown or black center of an eye, and it looks like a daisy, and it's got yellow petals. They are hardy in zones 4 to 9, so again, most zones, and they grow anywhere from 24 to 30 inches tall. Most of these varieties like full sun. They like some water, but not waterlogged. Again, super important. Well-drained fertile soil is generally the idea. So my echinacea is going to dry up in that big bog out there, and it's not going to be an issue during the spring when they're germinating because we don't get a ton of water. So full sun is common. Well-drained soil, fertile soil. You don't have to like over fertilize. I literally don't fertilize any of my flowers. I just toss them out there and we're good to go. Jersey Twister says Black-Eyed Susan took over my flower bed. Well, beautiful, because they're great for butterflies. Salvias are another one that do well for butterflies. So it's a member of the sage family. So there are, I don't know if you know this or not, but there are different members of the sage family. You have common sage, which is what we sell as sage at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. That is the culinary sage, and that is the edible sage, okay? But we also have clary sage, which is excellent for pollinators. We have mealy blue sage, which is native to Texas and also great for pollinators. And we have scarlet sage, which is also called Texas sage. It's not listed on my website as Texas sage, but it is native to Texas and it is gorgeous also. All of those are salvias. And Matt's Farm says, yes, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel. Share it with all your friends. Tonight is a good, fun video. I'm indoors. It's cold outside. I got a kitty sitting here. My little most recent rescue kitty sitting here. Loving being inside, especially in this freezing but you know what cold. Almost cussed on my YouTube video. It's cold outside. It's that cold. It's that cold that I'm like, boop. So salvias are good for, in general, 5 to 10 zones. So again, most of the zones that you guys are in, 18 inches to 60 inches tall, again, totally depends on where you're growing and what you're growing it in. Almost all of these varieties can be grown in a container. Not all of them will thrive in a container, but all of them will grow in a container. And Esther's Daughter's Garden says Cosmos. I love Cosmos also. We have Bright Lights and we have Sensation Mix as the Cosmos at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. Those are all excellent varieties. Now, I totally forgot. If you are, Krista says, are any cold stratification? Yes. All of the sage varieties should be cold stratified before you plant them. All of them. Not required, but for optimal germination, it is recommended. If you're watching this video, I appreciate you. Do you see that bird? I'm so excited. I've got so much wildlife out there right now. If you are shopping for seeds right now, use discount code GROW2025. I recently activated that code last night. It will take 10% off your order right now. Today is Thursday, February 13th. It will expire on Friday, February 14th at midnight. You have 24 hours, maybe 30 hours to use that discount code. It's going to take 10% off your entire order. That means that if you want to buy that extra large coconut core brick that you've been eyeing, that will help you build your soil for next year or for this year, now's the time to do it. My extra large coconut core bricks are on sale as well. I definitely am excited about that. I'm trying to help more people grow food and also help you grow it sustainably, economically, and if you need a little help, there's your little help. So use the discount code GROW2025. It'll take 10% off everything in your cart. Not your shipping, but everything in your cart. Doesn't matter if you have a $1 seed pack or if you have $100 or $200 in your cart, that discount code will work until February 14th at midnight. Use it if you want to. Don't have to, just throwing it out there for you guys. Butterfly weed. So butterfly weed is also called milkweed. There are so many different varieties of butterfly weed out there. Common milkweed is the most common, but you want to find one that grows more for your region. And let's see, Krista says, just got my 2 huge bricks. So last night, if you weren't on Facebook, I showed a I didn't just show a picture. I literally had them in my hands. I had these 2 little bricks that are like literal bricks, and then I had this massive extra large brick. 2 of those little bricks are what we sell together, and 1 of the massive bricks we sell. They're the same price. And honestly, it's just because my cost is the same on a giant brick versus the 2 little bricks. So there's not much difference for my cost, but I'm trying to help people grow better and amend their gardens a little better. And a lady bought 2 little mini bricks. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, listen, I just want you to know, these 2 little bricks you bought are the same price as this giant brick. Would you rather have the giant brick? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes. Like I needed more, but I was only able to buy these 2 bricks. So get the big brick. It's way better. Those 2 little bricks come out to about 5 gallons of coconut coir once they're rehydrated. The extra large brick comes out to about 17 to 20 gallons once it's rehydrated. And literally for the same price. I'm like, it's a no-brainer, but she didn't know. So I wanted to share the actual physical differences, and when you can see it and feel it in your hand and at least watch it on the video. So anyway, totally getting sidetracked on that one. But if you're interested in coconut coir bricks, not only are they on sale, but you can use that discount code right now and save 10% off. So it's like a double whammy right now. If you've been waiting on looking for something like that, definitely check it out. Anise hyssop. Anise hyssop is gorgeous. It's beautiful and is going in my medicinal herb garden this year. In that little spiral herb garden that I showed you earlier. Krista says, get the big brick. Anise hyssop is also a member of the mint family. So you want to enjoy it in small places. So plant it in a container if you don't want it to spread. It is a beautiful little small purple flower that appears on it. It brings in the butterflies, it brings in the bees. It has a long blooming period. So for like a long-term garden, for people that want to, that's another thing I mentioned, the different heights of the plants for the butterflies. You also want them blooming at different times so that you are continuing to attract butterflies to that garden space. And so anise hyssop is on my list because it's perfect. It has a much longer blooming season. So if you have a longer growing season, plant it early. I already planted my seeds outside and they've already germinated. So I brought them back inside because it's freezing outside, which is why I'm inside the house. And it is good for zones 4 to 8. Now, when I say good, I mean it is a longer growing for that area. You can definitely plant it if you're in zone 9 or zone 10. It's not like you can't grow it, but it is optimal for those zones. It's going to grow about 36 inches to 48 inches tall. So again, we're talking about the height of stuff. You can plant your French marigolds as your low lying. You can plant anise hyssop. You can plant butterfly weed. And then maybe anise hyssop is going to be like one of the medium taller ones. And then sunflowers maybe at your very top. Sunflowers aren't really on my list for butterflies because they aren't as attracting. Like butterflies aren't as attracted to the sunflowers as they are some of the other ones. And Esther's daughter says good makes a good tea. Absolutely. And that's actually why I'm planting it. I'm not planting it necessarily for the butterflies. I am planting anise hyssop in my herb garden for me, for tea. Now, last on my list tonight is mountain mint. Now, you may not have heard about mountain mint, and we do carry it. It is listed under herbs. It's not listed under flowers. It's also a member of the mint family, hence mountain mint. It draws pollinators. It is a low maintenance herbaceous perennial. Perennial. Ding, ding, buzzword. We need perennials. Perennials are great because they can produce for multiple years, whereas annuals like zinnias have to be planted every year. Now, the great thing about zinnias, you grow it one year, you take those seed heads and you just go like this, drop those seeds and good. Next year you got more zinnias. So in that sense, it's very easy to just continue to produce every year. But now maybe you want to add some perennials in there. It is a perennial in zone 5 to 8, so really good. Remember, I don't normally talk about zones. Maybe you are hearing this and going, Mary, you're talking about zones. I am. And I mentioned that yesterday in my live chat on Facebook about zones versus frost dates. And we were talking about annuals. So we're just going to talk about frost dates for that one. But today we're talking about perennials, which is why I'm including zone specific info. Full sun, well-drained soil. It's different from most mints, though, I will tell you that much. It's popular for a lot of pollinators, especially your native bees, but also solitary wasps. I don't know if you know that some wasps are solitary, but also great for butterflies. It's best when planted in clumps. So you don't really want to do one little plant here and one little plant there. You want to grow a bunch of mountain mint. Matt Farm says, I grow a row of zinnia bouquets for my wife each year. Very sweet of you. I love zinnias because we have these little rascal cats. We don't usually have flowers in the house because they eat them. So if I have a bouquet, I usually leave it outside. I just make sure it's pretty and I look at it, and sometimes I'll bring it to the seed shop, but I don't really bring it in the house. My mom once sent me a bouquet of lilies for my birthday. And I was so sad because I love lilies, but they sat in my garage because lilies are toxic to cats and can kill them. So I got to enjoy it from afar. Zinnias, on the other hand, I don't believe are toxic to cats, so I can probably bring it inside and just hope that they won't knock it over or eat it before I get a chance to enjoy it. So I would definitely recommend all of the varieties that I shared with you. Now, in the description section of this video, you'll find a link to my comprehensive planting guide. You'll also find a link to marysheirloomseeds.com. You'll also find a link to my 2025 planting and garden challenge. So if you haven't entered my garden challenge, definitely check it out. Today's topic was, what can I plant in my garden for butterflies? Now, it's not planting a butterfly garden because it's about 38 degrees outside right now, which is pretty darn cold for me. So I'm not planting anything right now, but I will be planting very soon. If you have questions that I didn't answer, send me an email. My email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. If there is something that I discussed tonight that maybe you want a larger quantity of, maybe you want a larger butterfly garden area, zinnia is available bulk. Marigolds are available in bulk. Milkweed is available in bulk. But if there's something that I discussed tonight and you said, hey, Mary, instead of buying 15 packets or 20 packets or 50 packets of something, can I get a bigger pack of something? And I can probably accommodate your request. Just send an email to mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. Now, I've got a lot of upcoming videos and events. Check out my events page. I will be at the Gregg County Master Gardeners teaching about soil health and how to improve your soil health naturally. That is February 22nd, I believe it's a Saturday. It's not a free event, but it's open to the public. And you will get so much information. It is well worth the fee to get in because I'm going to be bringing free seeds and I'm going to be bringing extra seeds. Then I will be at the Kaufman County Master Gardeners, and I believe that is Monday, March 5th. Don't quote me on that, but it's the first Monday of March. That is a free event, and anyone can go to it. It's the Kaufman County Master Gardeners. Check them out on Facebook. Hey, Krista, she says, always good stuff, Mary. I wonder which I should choose for our new yard. Excited to plant this year. Krista, I know you just moved to a new place. I highly recommend zinnias. It is the easiest to grow. It is hardy for all soil types, and you are very close to me, so I would highly recommend go with zinnia. If I had to choose one from all of this list, I would say hands down, go with a zinnia. And then also I will be at the East Texas State Fair for the first day, the opening day of the fair in September. And I will share with you specific details on my events page at Mary's Heirloom Seeds as they come along. I am just so excited about all of the different events that I've been asked to teach at and to speak at, and there's workshops, and I'm just excited. Alrighty, everybody. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, zinnias are easy. barely need any water. I barely watered them. And in the Texas summer, sometimes you do have to water it, but not like a vegetable garden. Alrighty, everybody. I am signing off. I am Mary at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. If you've got questions, send me an email. I will be live on Facebook on Wednesday at Mary's Heirloom Seeds on Facebook, and I will be back here live on YouTube on Thursday, both at 5 p.m. Central Time. I would love to hear your questions, your thoughts, and see what's going on. And let's grow an awesome garden in 2025. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy planting.